Stephen A. Smith here, giving you guys the week. Let's see. We're going to allow the downloads to download as far as the videos. This is our final recap until the 2 week suspension is up, and then I will be back.
What a month it was. I'm Scott Hansen. Here's your Week 4 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get to this week. We start in Cincinnati. The Bengals at home to take on the Baltimore Ravens. And here he goes. It's Saquon. Folks, this is a moment of brilliance. He's gone. They're not gonna get him. From there, let's go up to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle. Let's look in on the Seahawks as they play host to the LA Chargers. And this is Trey Harris. He's going to look at the catch and then look upfield and watch this. He'll wind up going 60 yards for the touchdown. One more to show you. Let's go to Philadelphia. It's the Eagles hosting the Washington Commanders. And this is the running back. So that'll do it for us. 1 month of the season is in the books, and it will only get better from here. Until next week, I'm Scott Hansen. Good night from EA Sports.
All right, so we have the week 4 recap. As I said before, this will be the final recap until the 2 week suspension. The 2 week suspension is up. We did have some controversy between the Cardinals and Cowboys. We have their interview, unsim play coming from both sides. Well, technically the Cardinals. And one thing about Stephen A. Smith's show, I like for everybody to have their voices to be heard. I think that's very important. Everybody have different opinions when it comes to sim and what's sim, what's not sim. I think that is a conversation for its days. I will say I'd like to congratulate everybody. We have not had one single ineligible all year. I think that's damn good. Really, because I've been kind of laid back, been a little laid back, allowing guys to, if you can't play, I've been allowing guys to still be eligible because I understand people have jobs and stuff. So as long as we keep rolling the way that we've been rolling as far as interviews and post games and stuff, then I want everybody to be eligible. Shout out to AbsoLucian. We have a very important announcement coming from him at the end of this show. It's very exciting. So I'm going to move my camera so I can't be blocking. I don't want to block. Yeah, so I'm not really too concerned about how many times games been played. A lot of these games, like my game, the defensive coordinator issues for the Browns, so we had to do that. All right, so we're gonna get right to it. I hate talking too much. I think I've been talking a little too much. So yeah, let's get right to it. Game of the week we had was the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Controversy. Cardinals felt like Massa was playing very unsim. I did a little research on the issue, and I'm gonna allow the Cardinals to explain why he felt there was some unsim play, and then I'm gonna allow the Cowboys to speak out, and then I'm just gonna give you guys my opinion. It's an end game as far as stunts. I think Madden has done a great job as far as allowing guys to be able to call stunts. Obviously, I don't call stunts. I blitz. I don't believe I'm like Todd Bowles. I don't want to. I'm not playing around. I'm coming to you. That's just my strategy. Obviously, it never works. I have the worst defense in the league. I haven't even been able to create any turnovers. It's been bad. It's been to the point where I have to throw the football. This year we have thrown it more than we usually want to throw it, and it's simply because we've been behind. I mean, I have no time to run the ball when I'm down 2 or 3 possessions. So like I said, everybody have their different opinions when it comes to what's sim and what's not sim. We'll get to that at the end of this video. So I'm gonna play the video clip and let you guys hear the Cardinals speak out as far as the situation between Cowboys and him.
As far as the quote unquote controversy, bum, bum, bum. Nah, bro, he only did it once. Is basically what I'm saying is I guess people don't understand, or maybe I'm not being clear. Is that there's some guys, he did it once, he didn't do it multiple times. I know what the stunts are. Like, I call the stunts myself. But where he grabbed the edge rusher this one play and he looped around my offensive tackle. We all know what that is. We all can play Corey or whatever. We all know what that is because that's been a Madden thing for years before they allowed the stunts or created the stunts in the game. Where you grab them and you just go around the offensive tackle to create that pass rush without touching the offensive tackle or whatever case may be. As far as the game, it was a great game, bro. I got a little distracted when he paused the game, and then Trey Benson unfortunately fumbled on the RPO play, and that took my momentum. It was a great game. Second time I played Massive. It's always a fun game with him. Last time I won on a last-second INT. This time he won. He was running the crap out of the ball. I couldn't stop the run. Madden 26 defense seems to be non-existent. But all in all, I'm enjoying my time here with the league and all that good stuff. You're always cool to listen to your post-game analysis and stuff like that. It's always entertaining. Keep it up. Massive good game. It was fun. And there was no controversy. I lost. All right? I just brought it up because he's not the only guy who does it. So I brought it up to see if they could do it. Because one thing is calling a stunt. Another thing, in my opinion, is grabbing the edge rusher yourself and looping completely around. I digress. You guys have a fabulous day. Let's go. And one more thing. I'm here to have fun. I really don't care if I win or I lose. Just for clarification. Yeah, that I bring something up that doesn't seem cool. Yeah. But all in all, it's a fun league. Again, you're super entertaining with your stuff that you do. All right, let's have fun.
Yeah, before I play the Cowboys video, I definitely understand what he's saying. And I think that is the most important part of this Stephen A. Smith show is for guys to come on air and voice their opinions. I mean, if you feel like a person is playing on sim, call it out. I've been called out a lot. I think Shador Sanders has gained a lot of attention, unnecessary attention for my team. I've been called out a lot for some of the things that I've been doing. Now, not making any excuses as far as pre-snap movements, the play action cancellations, 100% agree with that. That's why you guys didn't see me complain, bitch, try to leave the league, because I understand that that was a rule that was broken, and the consequences is the consequences. At the end of the day, that's the rule. That's the rule. So, but as far as play styles, I mean, you could say the Cleveland Browns this past weekend, was very unsim. Dylan Gabriel threw the ball 52 times. Quinshawn Judkins did not run the ball at all that game. I mean, so as we're saying, the Cleveland Browns played very unsim. I mean, and the thing is, Dylan Gabriel only put up 221. So can you guys imagine if I or Shador Sanders in real life would have thrown the ball that amount of times? He would have had way more yards, and what we be calling that unsim. I just think that everybody's opinions. I will say this. I realize that I'm very, very good at passing, and so I'm going to have to run the ball more against my opposing opponents. But when I'm down 2 and 3 possessions, I mean, I'm not laying down. I'm coming back. I mean, my job is to come back. So, but I will say I definitely will run the ball more just because I realize that I'm very, very, very good. I can be a coach in real life, literally, seriously. Um, when it comes to reading coverage, this is not too much the opposing um, opponent can do. Seriously, like it's nothing you can do. Um, let's listen to Massive.
Thank you for having me, Steve. And let me be the first, man. Maybe not the first, but let me congratulate you for coming back to college, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming back to the great game that boosted up Madden, Jordan.
Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. My apology. It's this one.
Thank you for having me, Steve. Yeah, very tough game, very great opponent, man. Brought more to the table than I thought he would. Pretty close game. But he kind of hung around. We felt like we had it in control, and then at the end, you know, we're a team that prides ourselves on defense. You know, we like to keep the offense guessing at what we're trying to do. We like to make them think that we're doing something repetitively, and then we don't. So I don't understand how he can see I was doing something on the defense. And he claims that I was usuring a D lineman and running stunts with him manually. Just didn't happen. So I have no thoughts process of not being a sim player. A lot of guys in the league know me. I've been here. This ain't my first rodeo. I've been in the Madden leagues the years upon years. Some of these guys I played with more than 5 to 6 years. So some of these guys I played with more than 10 years. So there's not really a question about the unsim thing. I just think he got confused and saw some great defense that he just wasn't prepared for. And probably ain't never seen. Well, he said he claimed everybody does it, but I don't know. Ain't nobody do it like me. So I think what really got him heated was a nice. He was trying to beat me with the tight ends across the sides, and I think I outsmarted him with a nice D lineman stunt. It looked like it was going to be a stunt, but instead of a stunt, it was a D lineman dropping back in zone coverage, and then we got the pick, and I think that was just the final straw of his frustration. And then from there, he kind of had a mental breakdown, and from there, we did pretty good. We played pretty good defense, but not to give him too much, the thought process of what's going on with our team. I think we did good offensively, great on the ground. But unfortunately, Blue has been succumbing to some practice injuries. The reoccurring injuries just keep happening to him. You know, something that we see in the NFL in real life. You know, running back run so hard one year, and he gets kind of banged up, and he's kind of having a problem staying healthy this year. But that's why we got the second back. We're a 3-4 back team, so we utilize our running back. So, but we had a good running game, excellent running game. I'm talking about MVP type running game from the rookie, man, and the good game from the rookie receiver as well. Just all around good game for our players, man. We just excited to get that win, man. I mean, we like the real NFL coaches. We like to break our season down to four quarters. So this first quarter we went 2-2. It's not where we want to go, but it's a long season ahead of us. Thank you for having me, Stephen A. And I look forward to future matchups, man, with users, man. But I think we really do have to back out for the accusing people of things unless you have absolute proof. And then you got to believe somebody too. If somebody's saying you're using a D tackle to do stunts, and then you tell them I don't even use their D tackles to do stunts, and I know I never did. So he claims I did it. I put it on God and on my life that I didn't do it. So it is what it is. But thank you for having me there, man. And we look forward to the rest of the season, man. And we look forward to your show, man. We watch it every week. Thank you, man. Oh, and my bad, man. It wasn't D tackles. It was an edge rusher. I didn't do it. D tackle, edge rusher, D lineman. Didn't happen. Thank you, man.
I'm laughing because it's really not that serious to throw God into this, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here to try to have. I'm giving out cash money, realizing that everything is free in this league for me, man. I'm not expecting anything from this league. I could literally enjoy. I love the game of football so much. I promise to God, I can literally play this online and be okay. I don't have to do a league. That's why I was saying, like when Mike was saying that I was user catching, like if I'm a user catching, if I'm gonna be pre-snap moving. If I'm doing all those things, then I better, well, not even be in the league. Like, why would I even want to be in a league where I'm doing that amount of stuff? Like if I'm doing that much, then I will step down myself. Like that is when it's too much. And so he got that corrected. He had to get that corrected, and I definitely appreciate him for posting that because there are some people in the league. I see some chatter as far as my gameplay. People feel like that it's mutt style as far as my throwing the ball more so than run, but I'm always meeting the run pass ratio or the rushing ratio. So it's like, what do I need to do? I mean, do you guys want to see me change my scheme and just run the ball more than pass? But that definitely won't happen because that's not my style of play. I pass the ball more than I run. Yeah, I will run it more, but um, I just think there's a fine line between what's sim and what's not. And I think people have a problem with things that they can't stop. I, if you look at the statistics right now, it shows, yes, nobody can stop me defensively, and it's a problem. But I will slow down. I will slow down. That's my promise to you guys. I will slow down my offense because I realize that as far as passing wise, that is becoming um, dangerous, I would say. But yeah, I mean, I definitely like the fact that both of these guys had a chance to nip it in the bud because it's not that serious, man. We do this to enjoy the game. As I said before, I give cash money away without expecting anything back in return because I do it for the enjoyment. Rather, so I'm gonna move to the left. I think we've been getting comments. I do it for the enjoyment. Don't slow down your offense, bro. Yeah, I know, man. I'm not going to slow my offense down to the point where I'm gonna change my style, but I'm gonna run a tad bit more, not much more. I mean, we're ranked 17th right now in rushing, um, but I mean, I'm not going to change my style for nobody. I mean, you crying because I'm passing more than I'm running. That's your job, man. Football is about stopping your opponent, and I mean, maybe you need to figure out how to stop. Well, you can't, and I understand it's frustrating. But hey, man, I'm not going to change my style for nobody in this league. I will uh, follow the rules as far as the run ratios, um, as far as not moving guys pre-snap, not canceling out of play actions. But when it comes to the way I run my offense, I'm not changing that. And if you guys feel like, and I'm talking to the commissioners, if you guys see this video, if you guys feel like I'm just way too good offensively, which I feel like I am, and I understand it, then I can step away because I'm not changing nothing besides running the ball just a tad bit more. That's all I can do for you guys. Just run it a tad bit more because I'm not running the same passing plays. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not calling play actions on third and long. Like, I mean, I'm gifted. I'm gifted offensively. I've been a real life wide receiver. I know how to read coverages. If you show, I would say disguise your defense. Stop showing me what you're running. If you're in cover two, I know what I need to do against cover two. If you're in cover three, I know there's a safety up the seam, and I know what I can do to to attack the weakness. So I mean, from there, all I can do is just put the controller down. If it's going to be that problem, be that big of a problem. Next up we had was the Browns, and this is a clear example. The Browns defeated us. He played this game very smart. Time of possession, 23 minutes, 16 minutes. This is how you defeat me. I mean, what more do you guys want to see? Now, if you look at the statistics, you can clearly see um, he kept me on the sideline, and I still was able to do what I do. Um, And I'm just gifted at that. I only had 16 minutes, and I understand I threw 547 yards, 44 attempts. But when you look at the first half, it was 20-7. So at that point, in my mind, I have to score. You know what I'm saying? I have to get down the football field. And so it led to me throwing the football more. It's the same thing when I play the Colts. You know, some games you're going to have to throw, well, I'm going to have to throw it more so than not. Um, so I do have the interview with the Browns. I apologize. I do feel like I'm talking too much. I like for these shows to be smooth, but this is the last Stephen A. Smith show until 2 week break, um, which is definitely great. Let's see. Let's see what the Browns had to say after the win. Maybe he feels some type of way. Let's see.
Hey, thanks for another interview. Yeah, the game against Jacksonville went pretty well. Stuck to a strategy that we had thought about going in, that we've been trying to implement with some other teams, but found ourselves getting behind or getting into offensive shootouts. Been playing a lot of really good offenses, so the yardage for my defense is looking rough. But just more teams, and it's not just the Jaguars aren't running the ball. Knew in this game that he was going to air it out. That's what he always does. Ran 6 times the entire game, so there's a certain point where the threat to run is basically non-existent. I don't even know the Jaguars ran the ball in the second half. So you get to pop back in a lot of different defensive schemes. Was able to get a pick with Myles Garrett dropping back in his zone blitz. Is the second of the year, so something to look forward going in the future, especially you're facing a lot of people that want to run trips and want to run verticals. That seems to be the new thing that's really going out here. But there's the lack of running. You know, the other team doesn't run. I think I racked up something like 20 plus runs. I mean, I had over 150 yards rushing, so that's really the goal for the offense. Trevor Lawrence hit the passes they needed to hit some deep balls. Brian Thomas had a long reception. David Njoku had a long reception. But ultimately, it was about slowing down their offense. They put up a bunch of yards, but they wasted time. They didn't run the ball. You know, it's a high flying offense, but when you only do one thing, it makes things a lot easier on defense. So we were able to chew down the clock, run the ball a lot, play safe, kick some field goals, didn't press things on fourth down, just played a good, honest game of football, and the Cleveland Browns got another win. So looking forward to our next opponent, the Chargers. That will be another tough one. So thanks for the interview.
So when you make those type of statements, me as a competitor, I'm sitting back like, okay, you say that my play style is to the point where it's easy to stop, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to attack, and you're gonna have to show me that it's easy to stop. I mean, this is not. We're talking about a football game. This is not where everybody get their little feelings involved, and you know we're holding hands. You know, this is not a kiddie sport. So if you feel like that it's easy to stop, then the next time we play, I'm going to attack and I'm going to really put a strong emphasis on throwing the football. Now, as I said before, the reason why we ran the ball less than what we wanted to is simply because I want to say he even got to the point where it was 26-7 potentially. I don't know, but I know we was down a couple possessions. I had no time to sit there and run the ball. We was pretty much down for most of this game. He wanted time of possession. That's how you stop me. You keep me on the sideline and make me uncomfortable. That's how you get the job done. Other than that, man, you nobody can really stop me. I'm just being honest. Next up, we had was the Bears and the Dolphins. Bears won this one 38-35. In the first half, it was 21-21. Turnover battle was 3-3. Not much of a big difference right there. Time of possession, the Dolphins won the time of possession, but they still lost this football game. I did interview OJ, and let's take a listen to hear what he had to say after the win against the Dolphins.
Stephen A., sometimes wins are ugly. Sometimes wins are pretty. Our game this week against the Dolphins was very ugly. Blake Horvath, again, showing why he was the dark horse pick of the year to win Rookie of the Year. Caleb played a good game besides 3 pretty bad picks. All 3 just didn't see a zone linebacker against had those receivers sitting in zones that they needed to just sit in, quite frankly, they did. And he hit them. At the end of the day, like I said, we got to win, which is all that matters. The line played well. The defense, again, came to stop the run. We are beyond happy with how our front seven is playing. The speed flying around the ball, the secondary, everything. Beyond happy with how our defense looks thus far this year. Offense, got to clean up some things. But at the end of the day, a win is a win.
Absolutely agree with OJ. A win is a win. He got the job done. It wasn't clean, but he got the job done. The offense lost. They did rush this. They had 13 rushing attempts, 14 in total. They really couldn't get anything going rushing. I mean, 1.5, 1.0, 2.0, really just not a factor in this game. So they had to turn to passing, and they was able to have some success. But those two interceptions, I think, probably was a big difference in this one. I want to say I reached out to the Dolphins. Let's see if we interviewed him. Let's see. That's two-time Benny. Okay, I did reach out to him. He didn't respond back. He's ineligible in a way, so it don't matter. But yeah, that really was the difference. Sometimes when you up, you just have to be able to use some of that clock. Next up we had was the 49ers and the Rams. 49ers won this one 24-13. Turnover battle was 0-1. Time of possession 24-15. Another one of those games where you win in the time of the possession, you're probably going to win the game. You have the ball longer than the opposing team. A lot of times you used to see that with Tom Brady, with the opposing team. They do their best to keep him on the sideline because they realize how dangerous he is. And when you have guys like myself, like the Browns played, that's how you get it. That's how you slow us down. Because it was frustrating. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did interview the 49ers. This is what he had to say. Wait a minute. Actually, I didn't. I didn't interview the 49ers. What about the Rams? I think I interviewed the Rams. Yep, so I did interview the Rams. Let's get that loaded up. Who is the Rams? Let's see. I have so many guys that I interviewed. Maximum. All right, let's see. I think this is the Rams.
Yeah, what's up, Stephen A. Smith? Yeah, actually, after I got shellacked by the Browns, I went back into the lab and just, tried to work on my run defense. It got a little bit better. But I was fortunate enough to get some turnovers, something that I've been missing from the beginning of the season. So I just, worked on plays, started using a bunch of different players, trying to see what I'm comfortable with and what actually works for me. And also I was trying to find, the strengths of my defense. And as far as Tony Pollard, yeah, I've been trying to get my run day.
Yep, that's not the Rams. So I didn't interview the Rams, but like I said, it was a big win right there from the 49ers. So they was able to get the job done. Moving on. Next up we had was the Chargers and the Seahawks. I did interview Bert, I want to say. Okay, no, I didn't. I interviewed him week 2. He won this one 55-17. The first half, it was 35-14. Turnover battle was 0-2. Time of possession, 19-20. Not that big of a difference. third down conversions, 43. Taking a look at the statistics, Justin Herbert, 416, 4 TDs, no interception. Sam Darnold, 287, 1 TD, no interception. Morgan Hampton, 67 yards. Raheem Sanders, 52. Wide receivers, this kid is a beast. Jackson Smith Najiba, he had 9 receptions, 165, 1 TD. Ladd had 4 receptions, 157, 2 TDs. Trey Harris from Ole Miss, 6'2", wide receiver, had 5 receptions, 132, 1 TD. A lot of offense in this one from the Chargers. They also played pretty good defense. I mean, Shaq Thompson, 11 tackles. Elijah Molden, 9 tackles. So there's a lot of tackles in this one. They had a few sacks as well, actually 3 sacks in this one, as well as 1 interception coming from Dax Hill. I think that's great, man. That's how you win games. Some games, it just goes your way, and they was able to defeat the Seattle Seahawks 55-17. Next up we had was the Saints and the Steelers. I know I interviewed more people, man, especially, let's see, Saints and the Steelers. All right, so yeah, I did interview the Saints. This is his first interview of the GFSSL cycle. Let's take a listen to hear what he had to say.
What's going on, Stephen A? It was a tough loss to the Steelers. I've played the Steelers usually a lot over these last couple of Maddens, and most of our games are always down to the wire. Jalen Hurts played really well with the 347 and 5 touchdowns. The second interception that I know for sure was not a bad throw. It was just a really bad read by me. I never saw the safety coming. I threw the ball. Steelers got a lot of pressure on us this week. We did not adjust well enough to that. Our running game hasn't been the same as it was last year. I think we were like top 10 in rushing with running back by committee. This year, we haven't been able to run the ball as well, so we'll hopefully need to improve on that. Trevor Pena, our 4th-round pick, has been playing excellent for us. The big reason we were in this game at all, with 6 receptions for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, including the one to send us to overtime. Tank Dell, this is our first game with him. We got him from the Texans, and we'll continue to find an offense that can work him in with Pena and Olave and keep letting Jalen Hurts throw to these new weapons that we have gotten through the draft or free agency or trade. On defense, Gage Casey, our 1st-round pick, had a rough game. He got the Watt experience from TJ. We left him on an island a few times, and TJ made us pay for it. We need to adjust on that when we can. Mm-hmm. On defense, in the first half, the Steelers did whatever they wanted, running it or throwing it. The second half, we did a lot better. We didn't force turnovers or anything. Christian Harris had one in the first half, but we were starting to get more stops, make better tackles. So I'm trying to keep building on that, let our young secondary grow, have Justin Reed be a leader to this defense and get these boys to play right. We allowed a punt return. That was big. Part of the second half, we tried to pin him deep, and you made us pay for it. I had a bad fake punt call that I was trying to get our offense going, and it just didn't work out. Set them up really well. So we'll just keep building on this offense with our quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and try to let the defense improve over time.
Some very good information coming from the Saints. Definitely understand his frustration, and I definitely appreciate the guys that lose games and then come straight to Stephen A. and answer these questions. Definitely appreciate that. It takes a man with balls to do that, especially in this league with all the crime that we've been seeing as of late. I did interview the Steelers. Unfortunately, they didn't respond, so they are ineligible. I'm not even going to jot that down. I can just remember with my off my head. Um, Next up we had was the Patriots. They beat the Bills 35-27. Pretty good win right there. Um, then we had the Tennessee Titans and the Texans. This was a pretty good game as far as the Titans go. Um, I want to say I interviewed Flybaby Game, and let's see, this might be college.
Yeah, Stephen A. Man, that was a pretty bad one there, man. I had to force more passes this game. We had a surprise injury some game time. Mixon was out, so that kind of hurt us in the run game. Rookie did kind of show up a little bit, but it wasn't the same without Dove Vid in there. Like I said, we did some really good things in this game, but unfortunately, we did too many bad things that cost us this game. So um, I still feel pretty good, but going into the rest of the season. So we're gonna see how it goes, and go Texas, baby.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely not changing my offense, bro. I'm not. I'm a grown man, bro. I'm gonna play sim, but I'm gonna still keep my style. I'm not changing that. I don't care, bro. Um, but I'm gonna make sure I still stay in the ratio as far as rushing. But I mean, I'm gonna continually play my style, bro. You just gonna have to stop me. Um, CJ Stroud threw 5 interceptions. This is just not a way to win games. It's hard. It's hard to win games when you throw that many interceptions. You do want to run the ball well. I mean, it's not like I just want to sit there and throw a hundred times a game. I do want to run well because it keeps the defense guessing. But I think Jonah Coleman gave him a lot. I mean, 93 yards rushing, 5.8 average. That's pretty well. And then if you look at the first half, his game, he was down big. I mean, 24-14, and then he got outscored in the fourth quarter, 11-0. So, I mean, it's hard to continually run the ball when you're down. Um, I know it's hard for me. I got to get back in the game. Okay, so now we have the Titans. Let's see. Let's see if we get the Titans. Yeah, we did. Shout out to the Titans, man. Shout out to the Titans. Let's see what he had to say.
Yeah, what's up, Stephen A. Smith? Yeah, actually, after I got shellacked by the Browns, I went back into the lab and just, tried to work on my run defense. It got a little bit better, but I was fortunate enough to get some turnovers, something that I've been missing from the beginning of the season. So I just, worked on plays or used a bunch of different players, trying to see what I'm comfortable with and what actually um, works for me. And also, I was trying to find, the strengths of my defense. And as far as Tony Pollard, yeah, I've been trying to get my run game down. I mean, I got three great running backs. I'm about to actually start my and just trying to build off this last one. I know I got a big game against Indianapolis coming, so I'm just working and trying to get better day by day.
That's going to be a game where I feel like he's going to have to move the ball fast. I mean, you're going to maybe we will keep track of that game as far as the Titans and the Colts. I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to balance it out. And because I'm telling you now, the Colts is going to come out very, very strong. So you're going to have to put up points. And we're gonna see how everything goes as far as that. Um, Next up, we had was the Eagles and the Commanders. Eagles definitely have done amazing as far as the draft. They've been able to bring in Lenore Sellers. Um, didn't play too good this game, but the Eagles have been playing good football as of late. 163, one interception, 69.3 rating. Rushing wise, you got Jeremiah Love, 199, three TDs. He's on the way of being one of the rookies of the year, in my opinion. Wide receivers, you have tight end, Ben Sinnott, 7 receptions, 88 yards, one TD. Then you have Ja'Cory Krosky He had 4 receptions, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. Not a lot of offense. Defensively, both of them traded interceptions. Cooper Deshaun, he had 1 interception. And then you got Womack from Toledo. He had an interception. Cornerback, 5'10" from Toledo. That's great. Next up we have is, um, let me make sure. I don't think I interviewed neither of those guys. Stephen A. worked hard for you guys because I'm taking a 2-week break. So, uh, okay, so we didn't interview neither one of those guys. So keep it moving. Next up we had was the Colts and the Giants. Breaking news: the Colts will add $50 to whatever I add to our second Super Bowl pot. That's breaking news. He also said he was able to buy a new controller with the amount of money that he has earned in incentives from Stephen A. Smith. He has $250 total in incentives, 100 from college, and then 150 from GFSSL League, and he was able to buy controllers. Real nice. I will have that in Stephen A. Smith reports when I give you guys this recap, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Um, guys being able to buy controllers and do things for themselves. That's what I like to do. Turnover battle was 0-0. Time of possession was 21-18. Pretty damn good, man. The Colts is a team where you have to score, man. If you don't get into the 50-point range, you're not beating this team. Let's take a look and see how they did rushing. Um, Anthony Richardson Sr., 3 TDs. He was the MVP last year. AbsoLucian won $25 off of that. Jackson Dart, 2 TDs, 200 yards. Rushing wise, Jonathan Taylor, he was in some trade talks this year, but I see that he has stayed with the Colts. Maybe he's on this contract year, and we can potentially see him somewhere else. Maybe he can come to um, the Jags after this year. Maybe we can sign him since everybody say we don't run right. So maybe we can bring him over here and create another problem for people. Because if we get Jonathan Taylor, we're gonna run, we're gonna be the same way Colts are. Um, Tyrone Tracy Jr., 70 yards, 1 TD. You see, he didn't run the ball that many times. Let's see, 8, 10, 13, 14. And I mean, you take that away. I mean, he really didn't run the ball that many times. Why? Because look at the first half. He's down big against the Super Bowl defending champion, 17-7. So, and then you look at that third quarter. I mean, that's 30. See, 17. That's 34-7 in the first half. So you think he's gonna be running the ball or he's gonna be passing it, or would it be unsim for him to be throwing it, trying to get back into the game? Because I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to sit here and just call defeat. I'm not going to do that. And Giants didn't do it neither. And I have a lot of respect for him. He turned the ball over. Well, no, he didn't. Time of possession. It's just hard to beat a team like the Colts. Trust me, I understand. We beat them. We beat them as well. Um, it's just difficult. The Colts is a very good team. Um, didn't interview the Giants, so we didn't get a chance to hear what he had to say. But yeah, like I say, a team like the Colts, you have to put up at least 50 points. If you don't, you can forget about it. Next up, we had the Panthers and the Chiefs. Panthers won this one 59-28. I did interview the Panthers. Let's see if he actually responded. That is Rainwater. He won this one big time. All right, so he did respond. So let's take a listen to hear what he had to say. Damn, that's not good.
Morning, Stephen A. How's it going? We're excited over here in Carolina. We went out and we drafted these big body receivers. We shipped Xavier Legette, then re-signed Coker. We had a plan going forward, and that was to execute the simple plays. Take what's given. We have two great backs in Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks. We got a good young tight end and three big body receivers. It's a coach's wet dream. Defensively, coming into this matchup, we wanted to try to force the issue. Throw a lot of different blitz packages in, which I thought we did a good job of. There were a few plays, where Xavier Worthy beat us deep. We're going to have to work on that throughout the season. But other than that, man, we're pretty excited about what we got going on. And things are looking up here in Carolina, man. We appreciate it. Good luck to you as well. Thank you.
That's great right there. Finally getting a chance to hit the Panthers, man. I don't think I heard him any. That's great. Love that. All right, moving on. Moving on, man. We have Raiders. Raiders and the Broncos. Raiders lost this one. Did I interview young Mantine? It could be college. Let's make sure. A lot of these guys in college as well. Yeah, this was college. So didn't interview neither guy. 17-13 is very, very low scoring. Turnover battle was 0-1. Not that big of a difference. Let's take a look at that time of possession. 21-18. You definitely like that. Drew Aller, 185, 2 TDs, no interception. Offensively for the Raiders, they just could not get anything going. Bo Nix has slowed down a lot the last few weeks. I haven't been able to see him working in magic in the rushing game. J.K. Dobbins ran pretty well, 74 yards. Ashton Jeanty, 66 yards. 5.5 average wise, 5.7. You even have Le'Veon Moss with 18.5. Maybe the Raiders should hand him the ball more. That's a large chunk, 18.5 as far as a carry. Wide receivers, Brock Bowers, 5 receptions, 67 yards. Cortland Sutton, 4 receptions, 56 yards. Evan Ingram, 4 receptions, 45 yards. So he has a nice little offense going over there for the Broncos, 2 TDs. This is something that you definitely like to see. Defensively, Jeremy Chin, 9 tackles, 8 tackles as far as Jamin Davis, Kentucky, 6'3", 234. This is what you want to see. But the Raiders just can't get anything going offensively. Next thing we had, we went over that. Falcons and Tampa Bay. Falcons won 34 to 31. I did interview Rio, but I want to make sure if it's actually college or NFL. I think it's college. I mean NFL. Okay, great. So Rio played against. I think so. Rio won this game. No. Coopy won. Rio lost. So let's take a listen to hear what Rio had to say. He's Tampa Bay.
What's going on, Stephen A, man? First and foremost, man, hope you're over there getting better, bro.
Oh yeah.
Hope your rehab is going in the right direction. Continue to get back to 100%, brother. For responding to you so late, been a busy day, but I'm here, so I appreciate the interview. But let's just get straight to the point and get straight going in this real quickly. Yes, we lost. Nothing we can do about it. Lost by 3, got our ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? number 8 and number 7 for the Falcons. Just, unstoppable as always. Can't do nothing about them. So when we don't execute and put up enough points like I know my offense can, then that's going to be the result every time. We're gonna have an L in our column every time. Back-to-back weeks, we done got off to a slow start. So we need to go back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out. I know we out here trying out new playbooks and stuff, but there's no excuses. We shouldn't lose. I don't care who the opponent is or what we're doing on offense. We have high regards and high expectations over here in Tampa Bay, and these last 2 weeks just has not been it. So I'm almost pretty sure that my team will get back in the flow of things with our next opponent, which is New Orleans Saints. Feel sorry for that guy. But yes, have a divisional game coming up next against a division opponent. So it'll be another tough game. But, it's week 4. And my team, we will continue to get better each and every week. You understand me? We're not going to dwell on these 2 losses. We'll be all right. At the end of the year, we'll be one of the last teams remaining. We're going to come out on top in the NFC South. So yeah, anybody that's counting Tampa Bay out, think again.
Great stuff right there coming from Rio. Hey, I feel your pain, man. We finna take two suspensions back-to-back weeks. When I come back, man, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, man, I'm not no hard feelings at all. I'm coming hard, man. I'm just letting you guys know I'm gonna stay within the rule, but I'm coming back hard, man. I'm you guys have no idea how pissed off I am. Just being honest. Coming back hard. I'm a competitor. So if you have the Jags on your schedule, you better be ready to play. That's all I can say. Next up we had was the Bengals. Wait a minute, let me make sure. I think I interviewed the Falcons. Let me make sure. I want to say I interviewed Koopy. Yep, I did. All right, let's take a listen to hear what Koopy had to say.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm always happy to answer any questions, win or lose. Yeah, me and Rio, we always seem to have good matchups, even dating back to Madden 25. We played in the Super Bowl the year that he won it. Super close. I fumbled trying to run the clock out to kick a game-winning field goal with Bijan. And then this year, all of our games have been super close except our playoff matchup last year. I know week 1 we went into overtime. So yeah, I always know that we're gonna have a good game. Yeah, turnovers. I did have an early pick 6. I went up 14-0 or 14-3. I can't remember. It was a good user alert. Like I said, I could not get the ball on the ground working, so I had to kind of rely on the passing game, threw a couple stupid picks. And in regards to Pitts, those numbers are good, but they don't really tell the whole story because he was kind of quiet throughout the whole game. And then in the fourth quarter, he had me, because I stopped him at the goal line when 4th down, and I was backed up at my own 1. And, oh shit, I'm about to get attacked by a dog, life of a UPS driver. And he stuffed me on 1st and 2nd down trying to run it, just trying to give myself some space. And had like a 3rd and 13 from my own 1, and was able to air it out to Pitts. And He had like a 70-yard catch. And then when it was a tie game late, he had a huge catch, I believe, on a third down as well. So it was up to the dog. You hear this, too? So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to try to not get attacked by this dog. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to our next matchup.
Appreciate you, Koopy, man, for doing the interview while being attacked by a dog, man. That's dedication right there. Stephen A. Smith, appreciate that, man. This man is about to get attacked by a dog and still make the interview happen. I love that. That's dedication right there. Appreciate you, Koopy. That's why I'm back for the college, man. That's why I'm back for the college. Lastly, last two interviews we had is the Bengals and Ravens. Very surprised at the Ravens. Ravens is a team led by Guzius. He used to be one of the top guys in the GFSSL league, and he's been losing lately. I'm just wondering what's going on over there. 5 turnovers. He turned the ball over a lot every week, 5-2. That tells us why he lost this game. Let's take a listen to hear what he had to say. Oh, Cooper Rush. Wow, that tells us everything. So maybe Lamar Jackson is injured.
That game was over before it started. I lost Lamar and my X Factor D tackle in a sim win, but Lamar's out for 5 weeks and my D tackle's out for 4. So I started a rookie 60 overall quarterback. He got benched at halftime. The weather also played a big factor in it, as my receivers are mid-70s, I would say. And it seems like with the rain, the route running really affects with them slipping down and not catching the ball and things like that. So that is what happened for my week. Other than that, Miami played a good game. Barkley had a couple big runs that I was just out of position mostly, but also trying to play catch up, playing defense like I normally don't, trying to create a turnover or sack or something, and then he just broke the first line and he was gone. So credit to him, and that's a good win for him. And yeah, so for the next 3 to 5 weeks, I got to figure out what I'm doing at quarterback.
Tough situation right there to be in that situation. Definitely feel your pain with your star quarterback down. Hopefully mines don't go down because of a sim. But if it happens, hey, I'm going to show the world it's not about any of that, man. It's just about Stephen A. just know how to call plays, man. So I don't even know who our backup, but he better be ready to play if Shadurius do go down. Still not going to change my style. Lastly, we got Miami Killer, man. First time hearing him this year.
I have a ton of respect for Goose, the owner for the Ravens. He knows if he had Lamar Jackson, the game would have been outright different, much closer. I do have a chip on my shoulder this season. Last season didn't go on as expected whatsoever. I'm giving no remorse to any of my opponents. I'm not messing around. We're coming for a championship this season, fellas. Season 2, Madden 26. Let's get it.
Me too, man. I have a chip on my shoulder, man. I've been humble, man. I've been very humble. So, hey, Stephen A. Smith is suspended 2 weeks in a row. This is my last show until I get back after 2 weeks suspension. So if you guys want to reach me, I won't be available over here as far as GFSSL League until I return. Let's see, that is going to be week 7. 2 week suspension. So this is 1, 2. Yeah, 2 week suspension. So I get a chance to see people beat up on my team without me having a chance to play. Now, again, I'm not making excuses. I did move multiple guys. My reason for moving multiple guys was simply because I'm in man coverage. Obviously, I have the worst defense in the fucking entire GFSSL league, so I'm not exploiting anything. I hate when people say that, but I have the worst defense in the league, so obviously I don't know what the hell I'm doing, for one. But if I'm in man coverage and my right outside linebacker has to guard the right outside slot guy, why the fuck is he not in front of him? He's in the middle of the play. I hate that. So I was literally trying to drag my guys. And then a lot of times you would have a wide receiver far on the right side. This is somebody that knows football. I don't like bragging, man, but I may need to start posting some of my receipts. I mean, this is a guy that actually had a chance, to get further than just college football. I mean, I've worked out for Alonzo Highsmith. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to bring that to the so people can understand. I'm not just a average Madden gamer. Because to be honest with you guys, after I play my games, I literally get off. I don't play a lot of games like I used to play. I mean, in the beginning, I was playing a lot of Madden games, but I play my games and I get off. So it's not like I'm sitting here, I'm a nerd playing games all day. So, um, but what I'm saying is if a receiver is far on the right side, I'm just explaining to the people that want to know why I got suspended. Got a receiver far on the right side. Just think football logic. He's slot receiver. I wish I can actually show you guys what I'm talking about. He's in the slot. Let's say his trips right. The inside guy. Let's say my outside linebacker is supposed to be manned up with the inside guy. Sometimes he would be far on this side. So I literally grabbed him and brought him over here so he can be lined up because he's in man coverage. Now, if he's in zone, then obviously he can stay over there and run his zone. Madden EA gamers need to fix little things like that. I personally feel like that is something that they should fix. I shouldn't have to manually move players in position before the snap. Um, I would also say coach user, but you would never have to worry about that again. But I mean, pause the game. Let me know. Hey, man, you're not supposed to be moving players pre-snap. Don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, I'm not the type of guy that's trying to expose anything when it comes to football. This is a sport that I love. First love. So, like I said, I can literally play offline. I mean, seriously, I don't. I just enjoy it because it's fun. I love the camaraderie with everybody. I love the fact that we all can play together, and I can be the reason why some guys make money. Be the reason why some guys, be able to enjoy the game maybe potentially a little more than usual. Bringing shows to these leagues. But I don't have to be Stephen A. Smith. This is not something that I just enjoy doing. I'm a Stephen A. Smith off camera. This is not something that I'm doing because, again, I'm not getting anything from the GFSSL league, nor am I getting anything from the NNCFL. I want to make myself clear. So I do this because I want to make it fun for you guys. And this is some sort of medicine with me talking the game of football. It's my way of receiving some of that medicine. But I think there should be a fine line between guys' mentality. Well, okay, let's take a look at some things real quick since this is going to be my break. Let's take a look at some things. Let's go to team for a second. So there's some complaints about me passing the ball too much. I understand when you look at it, passing yards, you see how I'm pretty much going to take a 2-week break and still probably be number one, maybe number two, top three. And I come back, I'll be up number one again. But I can literally take breaks and probably still have the number one offense. So I understand it's a problem when you are putting up this type of numbers. This is something that's unheard of. I understand that. But again, I am somebody that knows, like, I know how to read coverages. I would tell anybody to, first of all, most people in this league do never disguise their defense. They always show me pre-snap what defense they in. That's an automatically reception for me. I know what routes beat cover three. I know if you're running cover three, you're going to have one safety come down. He's going to guard this side. You got a safety going up top. That safety cannot cover two slot guys. He's just playing deep. So I can run curl routes. I can run running backs coming on the angle. I can run those things. I know how to beat man coverage. I have speed. I have Travis Hunter that's very fast. So I know how to run quick outs. I know how to run zigzags. I know how to read when you're in man coverage. So I would just personally tell people to disguise your defense. Make it look like you're in cover two and be in cover three or man or something like that, because most guys don't do that. So pre-snap, I'm already knowing where the ball going. I'm already knowing my three options before. I'm just giving you guys my mentality. If it's cover two, I'm already going to put my left receiver on the wide side of the field because it gives me more room. I'm going to put him on the outside fade. Anybody that ever played football understand me as a former receiver. If they butt it to the sideline, they're likely in some sort of cover two or some flat zone. So I'm already knowing send my receiver on the out fade route. Guess what that's going to do? That receiver is going to get behind that cornerback. That cornerback, unless you change your flats, is only going to go so far. And once he get in the hole, he has enough room between the safety and the cornerback. It's up to the fucking quarterback to put the ball in the right position to make the throw. Shedeur Sanders does that. Trevor Lawrence does that. So if you run cover two and you show me that it's cover two, I know how to beat it. And then if you mess with the flats to the point where that cornerback doesn't get far back, that cornerback gets far back, he doesn't stay in his zone, and he allows the safety to get over top, then guess what? There is a flat route that I can run with the running back. I'm already thinking those things in my head. It's three options. You know what I'm saying? Then I got the tight end. If he run a seam route, if the safety is going far on the other side of the bottom of the numbers because he's trying to cover the cover, because if it's cover two, he got to get over top of the cornerback, then guess what? The seam is going to be wide open. You know what I'm saying? And people say I run a lot of verticals. That's a lie. That's a lie, man. I run verticals, but I also run every other thing, man. I just think that people just can't stop me. And it's a problem. That's not my respectfully, like Massive said, man, that's not my problem, man. It's not my problem to babysit anybody and be like, hey, I'm not finna get on the mic. Hey, man, the thing is, for those that say all I run is verticals, I may get on the mic against those guys, and I may tell them, hey, you're in cover two, so I'm going to go here and snap the ball, so I won't give them enough time to change their defense, and then throw the football in certain spots. I think I might do that when I play teams like Chargers, Browns, people that's bitching about me throwing the ball a lot. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on the mic and I'm gonna continually tell them, hey, I'm not running verticals. You're in cover three, so I'm about to run this right here, and I'm gonna be like Chad Ochocinco. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do and still do it, and you ain't gonna be able to stop it. And then at that point, you're gonna complain. Are you gonna complain then, or are you gonna be in denial? I think that's what most people have an issue with, is not being able to be real with themselves. As far as Mike go, man, as I say before, you was on the borderline with Stephen A. Smith, man, because one thing you shouldn't do is lie as a commissioner. I just feel like that, you have to be very careful with how you word violations, because you have people like the Chargers, you have people like the Browns. I can't sugarcoat this, because when you say he's user catching, you have people like the Chargers that's going to say, oh, he's user catching, so when I play him, he's going to be, I'm going to say he's usually catching just for the hell of it. So you have to be very careful when you're handing out violations. I'm just saying, when you went back on it and you say, hey, I got it wrong. I'm glad you did that, because you have people over here, man, that, I've been in this league, how many years? I mean, I took a year off last year. Despite that, I've been in the GFSSL league for a minute. So it's nothing that I'm doing now that I wasn't doing back then. I wasn't even moving guys pre-snap. Madden is the reason why I was doing that recently. They're the only reason why I was moving guys pre-snap, just so I can get my guys lined up in position. They used to have guys in the right position. So now what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to call plays where my defenders are in position, and I'm going to fix that. So as far as counseling, play actions, listen, that's something that it's in the rules, so that's something that I won't do anymore. But it goes back to something being in game. It's almost like, the Cardinals complaining with the Cowboys about running stunts. Like, I'm just speaking from a football logic standpoint. Um, let's say Shador Sanders, well, let's say Patrick Mahomes is playing against the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett coming on the edge, and your objective is to run play action. You're not going to go through the motion, fake the handoff, and then throw it. You're going to pull that motherfucker as fast as you can, because you realize that Myles Garrett is coming 100 miles per hour. So that rule, honestly, is probably the most unsim rule out there. Quarterbacks don't sit there and just go through the motion, while Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, and all these, big time edge rushers is coming on the edge. Like, I mean, you finna get blowed up. You and the running back. Your objective is to pull it as fast as you can to either throw it away or throw it somewhere else. I mean, it's football, man. But again, I know it's a rule. So from now on, I'm not going to make any kind of cancellations or play actions. If I see, unfortunately, if I see Myles Garrett coming off the edge and it's play action, I'm going to just take the sack. Because now I think it's coming down to a point where I'm so deadly with the Jags offensively that there are just some things that I can do that others can't. Or there are some things that I can't do that others can do, just simply because I'm just too good offensively. Because I've never done anything to exploit anybody. I don't run the same plays over and over and over and over again. And that's where the fucking cooldown is in at. I mean, you're only getting a certain amount of time to run plays before you have no options to run that play. So it just makes zero sense to me. So at that point, maybe make it to where you can only call for Stephen A. And I think I'm going to do that anyway. I'm only going to call one play or two plays unique per half. No more than one or two plays. I'm not going to compete the same play more than however many, because I think we get a certain amount of opportunities to do so. But just for everybody else, I'm going to make it a challenge for myself, for other people. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to change my style. We're ranked rushing yards offensively. Stephen A. Smith not running the ball a lot, right? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 16. 16. There's 32 teams in the National Football League. I am 16th in rushing. So I'm half with the entire league, but I get the most hate. Make it make sense. But again, I understand that as a offensive guru, I understand that I have to run more, because it still keeps the defense guessing. Just because my opponent wants me to run the ball, that doesn't mean I'm not going to run it, because I still want to run it. But I'm just showing you this year. I just so happen to throw it more because I've been behind a lot in these games. That's just what it's been. Taking a look at Shador stats. AbsoLucian pointed out that Shador average yards per game, 499.8. But I mean, Lamar Jackson is just as up there as well. Like, why are we talking about Shador? Um, Passer rating is up there. Shit, I mean, yes. I mean, I'm connecting with my receivers 65% out of 100, out of the most attempts in the league. I mean, yeah, this is what I'm getting. Interceptions, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, they're tied. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sixth as far as interceptions go. So I am turning it over a little bit too much. Completion 69, well, 65, okay. Yards, average yards per attempt. Okay, I'm not up top on that. Sacks, definitely been sacked a lot. Our offensive line sucks. So, lastly, I'm just going to say this, man. When I come back from these suspensions, I'm not going to come with a different mentality. I'm not coming with the same mentality as I always been coming with, is to put up points, throw the football. We're gonna still run it though. I'm gonna run. I want to run regardless. That's something that I want to do, not because of what other people want to see me do, but I want to run better and I want to play better defense. So I want to come back with the ability to play better D. But as far as mentality, as far as the way I play, coming back with the same mentality, unless Mike say, hey, or OJ say, hey, we love you, Stephen A., but we just don't feel like you're a good fit for our league. And I would still be as cool as it is, man, with those guys. And I would respect it. Because one thing about me, man, as far as the way I live my life, that's why I'm very successful, is that I'm a respectful person. I'm an honest person. And I've never done anything to exploit or to make anything unpleasing for other people, as in exploiting the game. Again, I have the worst defense in the league. So, shit, if I'm doing anything, um, but again, it's not going to change anything as far as incentives go. We're going to still pay out incentives. Um, and I respect the 2-game suspensions. Um, Not to the point where I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Like, nah, I move guys, and that's just what it is. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Hopefully, this is a wake up call for other users that move players. Sadly, we have to do that to put guys in position. But in this league, if guys out of position, then hey, if I'm in man coverage and I have a left linebacker over here, he's supposed to be guarding this man. Hey, throw the streak. He's wide open, touchdown. I see that a lot. I'm sure I'm gonna see that a lot. Ain't nothing I can do about that. But when I come back, it's the Ravens, Commanders, another bye week, Steelers, Colts, Cowboys, Texans, Bengals, Giants, Eagles, Jets, Packers. I'm glad I got Mike on my schedule. Um, I'm glad I got Mike on my schedule. I want to play Mike. I'm glad I got him on my schedule. Simply because he need a good ass whooping for lying on me, saying I usually catch, even though it was a mistake. I'm glad he's on my schedule. Mike, you better come with it. I'm angry. Stephen A. Smith don't like to miss. I don't like time being wasted. So when I come back, I'm gonna be ready for you, Goose. Telling you now, be ready for you. Then we got the Commanders, Steelers, Colts, and be ready for you as well. You the big dog, man. So you're just gonna be ready. Cowboys, better come with it. You better run them stunts. That'll be the perfect time to run your stunts against me. Because I'm not gonna complain about you running stunts. It's in the game. It's in the game, man. The game gave you that option. Why would I tell you not to use stunts in the game? It's not me being a good football student of the game. Uh, Browns, we play again, you better be ready. We play again, you better be ready. For saying that me being one dimensional is easy to stop, you better be ready, bro. Because I laid off on you. I laid off on you, bro. There's opponents, man, where I literally lay off on. I'm not laying off on anybody no more. So it's just what it is.